So for number 5, two groups went bowling. Here are the scores from each group. We have Group A and Group B. The first thing that we need to find is the mean for Group A. And remember, to find the mean, we are going to be adding these all together. We have 80 plus 100 plus 190 plus 110 plus 70 plus 90 plus 30, and then dividing that by the number of data points, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So remember, we need to know the mean and we need to know how to find the mean. In this case here, we are going to be adding them all together and then dividing it by 7. When we add them all together, we end up getting 770. And then when we divide that by 7, we end up getting 110. So the important part of this one to get the correct answer is adding these together correctly and then dividing it by 7. For the two box plots here, again, we are asked to draw two box plots. First thing that we have to do is put each group in order from least to greatest. So for Group A, we see that the lowest number is 70, then 80, then 90, then 100, then 110, then 130, and lastly 190. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, looks like all of them. Then for Group B, we have the lowest, which is 50, then we have 107, 100 and then 107, and then 110, and then 120, then 140, and then 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, looks like all of them. And the first thing that we need to do is we'll put this here, we'll have A on the bottom and B on the top. So first thing is finding the minimum and the maximum of each. So if we have Group A here is 70 is the minimum, and the maximum is 190. Then for the minimum and maximum for B, we have the minimum, which is 50, and the maximum, which is 150. Then what we need is Q1, Q2, and Q3. First step is finding Q2, or the median. The way we do that is that we're crossing these off until we get to our middle value here, which ends up being 100. So this is going to be our median, or Q2, for A. So we'll just put a straight line above that. Then we need to find the Q1 and Q3, which are the middle values of the lower half and the upper half. So Q1 is going to be 80. Then when we look at Q3 is going to be 130. Lastly, we just have to create a box around Q1, Q3, and Q2, and a line going from Q3 to the maximum and a line going from Q1 to the minimum. Same thing here with Group B. We're crossing them off until we find our middle value, which is 110. That's our Q2. Then crossing these off until we find our middle value of our lower half, which is 100. Then crossing these off until we get to our middle value, which is 140 here. Then all we have to do is put a box around Q1 and Q3, a line going from the minimum to Q1, and a line going from Q3 to the maximum. Which group shows greater variability? Basically for this one, we just need to kind of look at the range and look at the IQR. If we see here that Group A is going from 70 to 190, and then Group B is only going from 50 to 150, the spread here is going from 120, a range of 120, whereas the range of this one's only 100. So because Group A is a little bit more spread out, that means that it has a greater variability.